Hi everyone, welcome back to our next video. Today Brian and I are going to talk to you some more about safety and how to stay safe. I shot a video earlier with bear spray where the wind shifted on me and I came back on me and I'm laying there on the ground covered with snot, and what a horrible mess that was. And I'm not recommending bear spray anymore for personal self-defense. Then we tried this product, so go watch that video. This is a very good product, but the size and the shape of it is kind of awkward. Another one we will try is this. It's a little two-shot gun, and it's also a gel. It's very small. The size comparison is really good. We're going to do this shoot this in a video we're going to call alternative weapons. So I kept looking around for some more alternatives. So I'm looking for a non-lethal weapon that will keep people away from us and keep us safe. And we discovered these. These are pepper ball guns. They shoot a ball. This one is a plastic ball. I also have round rubber balls, or they shoot pepper balls. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, and so these red pepper powder projectiles, they're just basically like a paintball gun, you would think, where upon impact with a paint gun, it shoots ink all over you, but these will shoot a cloud of basically pepper powder, so thus being like a pepper spray, but you're doing it at a safe distance, so you don't have as much issue of like blowback or anything like that because you're further away from the person.
There's a slight delay between when you first breathe this stuff and it gets in your eyes and when it's really debilitating. But you know, if you're getting them at a distance, and that's one thing we've said over and over again, is keep people at a distance. Once they're up on you and grabbing you, man, all bets are off. This lets you reach out further and keep them away. That's what we think is really, really good about these. And these may or may not be legal in every state. You'll have to do your own research, and it changes. Anything about self-defense changes all the time. So we're leaving it in your hands to find out if this is legal and going to get you in trouble in your state and in the states you travel in. That's on you. So we'll start with this one, and we'll just unbox them real quick and then do some shooting with them so you have an idea what they are. This one is $90. It's made by Umarex. It's a company named Umarex. That's U-M-A-R-E-X. This is the T4 HDP50. T4E HDP50. The 50 means it shoots a 50 caliber ball, and the other gun shoots a .68, so they're not interchangeable. They both use the Crossman. You know, these are just really universal. You could buy these anywhere and everywhere. They're BB guns. You know, they're go for BB guns, pellet guns, yep. Paintball guns. Really, these are paintball guns that have a more specialized purpose. It holds 6 rounds in it. You can put 6 rounds in, fire off 6 rounds, then you have to reload.
And I think the range on this one, I think I read, is somewhere around 50 feet as a range.
So it comes with 10 pepper balls, 10 rubber balls for you to practice with. This is a little cleaning kit to clean it out with. I'm not exactly sure what. And then the gun itself. And this is 110 is retail, you said?
Yep, 110 is retail. It's on sale right now. When I looked this morning, it was $89.99.
And I think that is always the retail. That's what, at Amazon, you can buy this for $89, which really seems like a pretty good deal. And before we go much further, why don't we unbox the Sabre, sure, which is drastically more expensive.
So yeah, so this is the Sabre Home Defense Kit Pepper Spray Launcher right here. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's completely orange. Now I will say that this one is much more expensive. So this one retails for $345, and this morning on Amazon it was $318. It does have a nice case to it, so I will say that. One thing is that this one weighs about 2 pounds. This is about 3.5 pounds.
Yeah, you can see a difference, and it's much bigger.
Yeah,
it's kind of space agey looking. This looks much more like a toy to me.
It does.
This looks like a real gun.
Yeah,
in a real sense, except for the orange.
This one actually did come with the CO2 cartridges, and it does come with some inert training balls as well as the pepper balls. Now, the cool thing about the inert training balls is that this is filled with a powder, an inert powder that you can see when you hit a target what the flow pattern is of what would potentially be the pepper spray. So it's not just the rubber ball. They do sell the rubber balls like these, but this lets you get a better realistic feel for when you are practicing. Comes with, looks like 14 of the inert powder for practice, and then 7 of the regular pepper ones. This refill for these two is $26. It includes 2 of these cartridges. And for the pepper, it includes 2 of these vials plus 2 of these, and that's $53. So they're a little expensive to replace. So now the range on this one is claiming to be 66 feet. This one is around 50 feet. 66 feet for accuracy, and then from a distance of 175 feet, they say that these balls will still explode. You'd probably have to lob it there, but it is still have enough force behind it that it should still explode on contact. This one can shoot about 14 times on one of these cartridges. This one they claim about 30 times.
One thing to remember, bear in mind also, is that once you put one of these CO2 cartridges in, and as soon as you pierce it, and we'll tell you about it, piercing it here in a minute, you cannot reuse it. You can't leave it in here and come back in 2 months. It will empty out, and so that's no good. So you can put them in without piercing, so that it's always in there, and then when you need to pierce, you shoot.
This one, I think it's when you pull the trigger, it pierces it. This one, it's just a real quick, drop on your hand like that, and then you can shoot, and that pierces it.
So that it pokes it, pierces it, and that arms it. I looked around and wanted to buy some just to play with, and so I found this is the 50 caliber black rubber balls, and this was pretty cheap. I don't remember the price. And I also found for the 50 caliber, which this gun is, steel balls that are wrapped in rubber, and 50 of them. And this was, I think, fairly expensive, but my guess is that would hurt quite a bit. So let me show you how I'm loading this. You can see there's a hole here, and there's a spring. You pull the spring back. So I'm putting in the rubber balls right now. You pull the spring back, you drop in a ball, and you let the spring go, and it pushes it down. So to put the CO2 cartridge in, you just unscrew this, and then you drop in with the small end out. This is the end where the CO2 comes out. You put that in, and then when you strike it with the striker in there, and then you just screw this back in. Yeah, you want to get real tight, because once you strike it, the CO2 can come out, and then you just...
Yep. So it probably did it.
I hope so. We'll find out here in a minute.
So now you have a live gun, so just be careful where you point it.
And now this is live. Right here at the end, when that sticks out, that means it's under pressure.
Okay, so this again is the Sabre. We're going to try to go ahead and arm it and get it together. I will say that Sabre is also the one who makes the pepper gel that we talked about earlier. And so again, this is one of the reasons we bought this one, is that it's a good name brand. Sabre is a really known name brand in self-defense and so forth. So yeah, so this one is pretty simple. It does have a traditional magazine that drops out of the bottom, just like this. And so we'll put that to the side, and you just push them down in. And for this, you twist it, and then you pull it out. It has little arms that go out that makes it go in only a certain way. It locks it in place. You put it in. All right, that's tight. So again, that will not puncture until we pull the trigger for the first time. So now I'll go ahead and put the magazine in. It locks it in place. This one does have a safety, so I'll put the safety on, but this one should be ready to go right now.
So hopefully everything's ready to go. This thing will fire. We're going to find out. It didn't fire. Oh, yeah. Whoa. I didn't pull it back hard enough. I can't see where it's hitting.
I don't know if it is.
Think it may not be shooting? No, it's not. It's something's not right with it. Whoa, that one came right back at me.
Yep.
Okay, that was kind of fun.
The other one Bob just shot has a trigger safety, so you have to hit both triggers to make it happen. This one actually has a physical safety, so I have to click that to the opposition. And folks, as we mentioned earlier, you always want to make sure that you are not pointing the barrel at anyone, keeping gun safety in mind. This is a live round. This could definitely hurt you or someone else. Oh. Interesting. So the first pull to the trigger, you have to pull it once. That actually punctures the CO2, then you release, and then you shoot it again. That just went over my head. All right.
Those things are
Somewhat
really
frightening.
bouncing around.
So this is the loading procedure for this one. You hold it upside down. There's a little spring right here. You need to hold up there. Oh, you actually has a little locking position. So once it's locked in place there, you can just drop them down, 2, 3, and then again, you just drop this little pin down. All right, so now I'll go ahead and try the T4E HDP50. All right.
So now I've got the steel balls that are encased in rubber. We'll see what they do. Also, you'll notice I put a piece of cardboard behind it so that it's not, hopefully that will absorb some of the energy and it won't just come flying back at us.
Jam. Wow, good shooting.
Yeah, that cardboard really helped. We should always do that. And this thing's got a really terrible trigger.
We've loaded the Sabre with the inert pellet, so it doesn't have the pepper in it, but we have the inert ones where it just should be a powder to let us know how it affects when it impacts on a hard surface. So, did you see any puff? I'm going to shoot one down low. There we go.
Yeah, there you really saw that shatter.
Okay.
We discovered that if you shoot into the cardboard, that doesn't really work. The ball goes through the cardboard, hits the plywood, and explodes, and so we're not seeing any cardboard, any of the inert powder. But if we shoot low, then we see the powder. So now we're shooting just at the plywood, and you should see it explode really clearly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was the last one.
Oh, the CO2 is out.
Okay, so we ran out of CO2, so I got the safety on. All guns are always loaded. That's one of the first safety rules. Every gun, they magically reload themselves somehow. They're always loaded. Then fire. Now it fires. That really put a lot of powder out there. Mm-hmm. You did that. If this guy's running toward you, he's running around in a lot of powder. You can see these are red and white. And so the yellow and white were inert. The red and white are going to be pepper ball. We got a good side wind blowing that way. It shouldn't come back here. We'll find out. Yeah, I shot 5. Why don't you shoot the rest?
Sure.
Oh.
All right.
And there's 3 more to reload. It didn't seem like nearly as much powder.
It is a smaller amount of powder because of the smaller cartridge. But I was still impressed with the spread of it. It's a decent amount of powder. I mean.
And there's a good breeze. You can see that the breeze has come up, I think.
Okay, so we loaded the Sabre with the bigger real live red pepper balls, and we're gonna just see what those look like.
Wow, what a difference. And now we're gonna have to get a woman's perspective, I think it might be a little bit different. Linda, you are the camera woman, been behind the camera now you're in front of the camera. You're gonna shoot it and give us your reactions.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sounds like fun.
So we've shot them, we've formed our opinions of them, and of these 2 different non-lethal weapons. So your first question is, do I want to own a lethal or a non-lethal weapon, or do I want to own both? That's a very personal decision. We're not going to try and answer that for you. But if you've decided on you do not want to own a lethal weapon, will this work for you? And that's a very good question. Brian, what do you think?
So I thought the feel of the guns were fun, just as far as plinking targets and so forth. But I don't know if I would personally own one for my own self-defense. But that's just a different mindset that I have, quite honestly. But I would say if that is important to you, if you want to feel safe with one of these, I think it's a viable option. I like the fact that it does have a good distance from 25 feet away. 22 feet away. It was a strong hit. I don't know if I would carry one around, but I'm probably more likely to carry a bear spray or a bear gel.
Linda, what were your thoughts?
Between the 2 guns, I prefer this gun. I just felt it was more sturdy. I felt much more confident holding that gun. And if my safety were in jeopardy, I definitely, if I felt like I needed to, I would definitely carry this and use it.
So, you know, when we think of a multi-layered defense, getting people further away, keeping them away, this is the king. I mean, when you're 50, 60 feet out there, that is really that's really keeping your distance, letting you escape, which is always the goal here, is to escape. My bottom line is I'm not going to keep one. We'll just I bought them, I tested them, and I'll give them away. I don't think I want to keep one. I do. I really prefer this. I think this is what I would probably carry. They're fun. I did think it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. So, and I think a lot of us agreed that we liked the Sabre, the feel of it better.
Yeah.
The trigger feel was much better. All around, probably better. But I'm pretty cheap, so I would probably not go for this one. If I had to buy one myself, I would probably go with the cheaper one, just because that's more my mentality.
And Linda,
Price wise, I wish this one cost $90, but you know, I still think I would choose this one.
And one thing you got to think of is you may be betting your life on it, and the bigger pellet, the more powder, I think the harder hit, more pressure, it travels faster.
It does.
If you're betting your life on it, do you want to save $200?
No.
Probably not.
I think we all agree this is an inferior product.
Yeah, for sure.
Adequate.
It's adequate.
It is adequate, and it is fun. And if
Yeah.
you're just going to buy it to have fun with, it's great fun for $90.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm betting my life on it, I'm betting it on that. And that's really all we can tell you, you know, is what our immediate, and how long will they last? My guess is a $320 gun will last a lot longer than a $90 gun. Now, I do want to mention that we tested another gun for a while back, and I just have never gotten around to posting it. And that was a product called BYRNA. They kind of BYRNA, and they kind of created this whole thing. It's like $430. It's much more expensive. But I did test that with another friend of mine, and let me say that she loved it. When we were done, she loved shooting it. She loved the safety of it. She thought it was fantastic. That's another perspective than ours. Ours is a little bit reluctant towards these. You got to remember, everybody has their own opinion. You have to form your own.
So folks, we hope that you enjoyed the video today and you got something out of it. We had a lot of fun today, just plinking targets and just seeing how these things worked. What are your thoughts out there? Would you carry something like this around in either your vehicle, the backcountry? Would it make you feel safer? Tell us what you think in the comments below. But for now, we just want to say thank you for listening in on us and watching our video. Subscribe to the channel, give us that thumbs up, and we'll talk with you guys later. See you down the road. Bye, guys.
Bye now.